Colonel Devon, more people are dying from sudden heart attacks.
We have to stop whoever's responsible for this.
Either that or get them to cut down on their cholesterol. Need some Cheerios or something.
Paul eating. No, that's Paul Edding. Paul... Oh, there's an I in there somewhere. Paul eating.
He could be Campbell.
Maybe. He's actually looks younger than I thought he was. That woman. I don't know. He's got a radio voice then, because, like, that's not David Hayter.
That's how he looks in 4. Like, that's Campbell in 4.
Oh, cool. He's got a Grandpa Mac shirt on.
What if Ben 10 and Metal Gear take place in the same universe?
And, like, Campbell is Grandpa Max.
Even though his name is Roy Campbell.
Well, I mean, obviously, he just has a whole secret life. He drives around in an RV fighting aliens.
That was why I didn't like any of the Ben 10 sequels, because Grandpa Max was never in it.
Well, yeah, like, one of the plot lines for, like, the first... Stop playing with the dice, Devin.
I'm sorry. That's when I play D&D, like, people know that. Like, this, if I have dice near me, I can't not. So I just threw it on the floor.
Dude, we gotta play some tabletop stuff on this show.
Alex is convinced that I'm the worst at D&D, even though Alex was like, this is how Alex was in D&D. Just like, okay, guys, you're at the Gnome Fortress. What? We haven't killed anything yet, Alex. We've been playing for 5 minutes. I'm gonna play Dragon's Dogma. Then he'd turn on his Xbox, start playing like Halo or something while we were in the middle of playing D&D. And I was convinced that everyone sucked.
I mean, okay, like...
So Alex has straight up told me he refuses to play D&D with me.
Yeah, he just... I don't know. He claims that, like, he just doesn't like your style of DMing.
I wasn't DMing, though. Ethan was.
I don't know.
Alex
he doesn't like anybody's style of DMing. But like, I don't know. I don't want to talk for him.
Yeah, I mean, like, once again, like, the only people who have DM'd for him are Alex and are Billy, and he's the one who got Billy to do that campaign.
I'll DM. I'll just straight up DM knowing nothing about DMing, and it'll be greatest. It'll be the most unorthodox game you've ever played, and I'll probably do shit wrong, but I'm the DM, so who cares? Alex won't, you will. Like, if I DM'd, I guarantee you, we would come out of it, Alex would be like, Tooch, that was amazing, and you'd be like,
I'd be like, we didn't use anything, we didn't do anything.
No, you'll do stuff.
I mean, because, like, the first time I played D&D was with Alex, and he had one of his Let's Play buddies DMing, and literally we spent 6 hours with Alex trying to roll up stats for the size of his balls. And how much damage his balls would happen if he mollywopped me. That was literally the first time we played D&D. For material unaccounted for. Muff. I'll show you my muff.
I've got something that's large and well organized, and it takes 6 hours to roll up its stats.
Yeah. It was like, okay, so you guys are in a town. Do you guys want to? So he's like, what do you want to do? I was like, go to a brothel. I'm like, I don't want to go to a brothel.
He's like a confused bald turtle. He's just like,
well, he has a broken. They broke his arm forcibly.
His head bobs up and down like it's fucking red versus blue because they're all wearing masks and they don't have faces. And like, when I really thought about machinima like that, like it made me realize they're literally just going like, they're woggling the controller up and down to match their lip movements as they're playing it to record that stuff. Like that's janky but ingenious. That's injankus.
Like that's why that they had their first season of Red vs. Blue was so super letterboxed because they cut out the life bar and the gun and the map at the front.
That's so jank. I love it.
Red vs. Blue season 1 was the jankiest shit in the universe.
But you know what? It fucking worked. You do what you can with what you have. Like that's what I realized when I first got into video producing is you don't need to be the best, but you need to be the best at what you have. Like, if all you have is that kind of jank setup, work with that.
Yeah.
As long as you work within your boundaries and don't try to overreach beyond what you're...
liberals.
No, beyond what you're fucking capable of, like if all you've got is movie like and this is just advice for anybody out there trying to get started making videos and shit. If all you have is Movie Maker, don't try and do anything Movie Maker can't do, because all that's going to do is make it all the more apparent that you're using Movie Maker. If you work within the confines of whatever you have, and you base your product around those early limitations, it'll look good. And that'll give you enough leeway to actually get an audience going so you can work on improving yourself and actually making the product you want to make. That's what Red vs. Blue did. Now they fucking got mocap green screen fight scenes and stuff.
Like, once again, like, I lost interest in Red vs. Blue around season 7.
Oh, I did too.
Because it's like, once they started trying to make a plot about it, like an overarching plot, I was kind of like, no.
Like, because at first they had that whole mini-series that was, like, super serious, and it wasn't comedy, and I was like, alright, this is like a mini-series, it's not
it was about
connected.
Tex being cool.
Yeah, it's not connected to them, I'll roll with that. But then they started introducing the Red vs. Blue guys into Tex's plot. And I was like, tonally, there was a lot of... It didn't work with, like, Tex trying to be serious, and then Caboose was just like, oh, but what if I say something dumb while you're plotting? And I was like, no.
So,
I still dig Achievement Hunter, though. Although, I dig their Minecraft stuff.
I just kind of don't care about Run Button. I like Run Button. About
Achievement
Rooster
Hunter?
Teeth.
Rooster
Just
Teeth.
because, like, at this point, all I know about Rooster Teeth is people saying, like, look how attractive these men are! And I'm
Dude, like, that's every fandom, though. You can't just say that.
well, I just don't like fandoms in general. They make me jaded. The only fandom that hasn't pissed me off yet is the Dark Souls fandom.
Well, that's because the only thing about the Dark Souls fandom is, like, making jokes about how they die. That's the whole fandom.
The whole fandom's just Dark Souls jokes.
Yeah. So it's not even really a fandom.
Why it's a fandom? Because it doesn't suck. Da 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 da.
Well, no, because, like, I mean, fandom, like, usually generates, like, fan works and
Well,
fan
there's
things.
tons of fan art and fan music, and people have done fan dubs and fan art and, like, fan fictions.
Okay, well, then, yeah.
Yeah, like
Oops, battery's low.
they'll die in, like, 30 minutes. It's cool. And
It'll live longer than this guy.
Yep!
Just to remind you all that we are actually watching this cutscene as we're horseshitting around about Alex's balls.
I'm still mad about, like, I don't know, like, as much as I love Alex, I have, like, 30 bajillion things I hate about Alex, but that's probably the same thing Alex says about me, anyway.
Dude, Devin, that's what's called having a best friend.
Like, it's funny, like, my uncle has a guy named Tony, who actually, his mother just died really recently. My uncle just went to the funeral.
Sad.
Which is why I didn't work Saturday. But, like, it's funny, because, like, he calls him his younger younger brother. Because, like, Tony's the kind of guy who's, like, he's kind of like, as soon as you put any responsibility on Tony, he just can't do shit.
Right.
And that's my uncle's words.
Yeah.
But, and they share a studio. And so, like, Tony lives there, and John uses the other half of the space as a studio.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but, like, for every time John's just like, man, I fucking love Tony. The second, he's just like, man, Tony can never pay his fucking rent on time, because he just doesn't want to do anything with his goddamn life, and just goes off. And I'm just like, that's like me and Alex, goddamn.
Remember a foxhound?
I like David Hayter's voice, like...
I like David Hayter. He's a cool guy. Has David Hayter Hayter's met Kojima, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
cool. I want them to, like, hang out and stuff and all the time.
Like, I looked at the credits for Ground Zeroes, and I think this might be teasing something for Phantom Pain, but David Hayter is credited in the credits of Ground Zeroes as unknown soldier. And I was like, oh,